All right, hey Facebook and everybody, whatever platform you may be watching on. Remember, whenever we do these lives, we're not just live on Facebook, we're live on our app, we're live on the website, and we're also live on YouTube. That's right, if you don't follow us on YouTube yet, or if you haven't subscribed rather, go ahead and subscribe to Ken's 5 on YouTube as well. We'll have updates there, as well as some of the stories that we cover each day there on YouTube. But let's go ahead and jump into our forecast. So today, it's been a little bit on the cool side to start off with, not as much as some other parts of Texas, but we are fairly cool to start off our day. Now, don't forget, if you want to have any questions asked, you need anything answered, you can ask right here on Facebook. I see a few questions coming in and just some people commenting. Hello, Lynn. Hello, Dale. Hello, Don. I hope everybody's doing well. Francisco, hello. And then Steven says, we need colder. It is pretty chilly today, so if this isn't cold enough for you, I don't know if we're going to get much colder than this, but it is fairly cool here, at least compared to what we had the rest of the month, right? Man, it was a lot warmer earlier on in January compared to what we have now. So here's what we're dealing with right now across the Lone Star State. You notice there's actually a little bit of snow coming in from southeast New Mexico and moving into parts of West Texas. They're dealing with a little bit of wintry precipitation. Now, we're not expecting any of that here in San Antonio or South Texas as a whole. We are not expecting anything in the way of snow, thank goodness. A closer look to home, though. Let's go ahead and actually bring this full for you. That way y'all can see it a little bit better than just there on the monitor. I'll actually back it up a little bit. You know, there you see the snow kind of moving in, but it's fizzling away as it's trying to move further on to the south. And we're just not cold enough here, and we're not going to get cold enough. So that's important to know, too. You see that there is a little bit of a drop in radar data. That happens sometimes. Sometimes we get a drop in radar data, and you see that there in the loop at the very end. Sometimes that happens not just with our systems, but with radar data across the U.S. as a whole. Sometimes that can occur. But you see here, there is no rain. Not seeing any of that on our radar here at home. Just a lot of cloud cover. It's a gloomy day outside. You know, we had that yesterday, today, much of the same. A lot of cooler weather. I see some people saying, go away from San Antonio, no more cold. Yeah, I totally agree. I'm not a cold weather person. I see some other people saying, thank you, you're welcome. Lisa, Brian, hey Andrew, what's the prediction for the groundhog this year? Brian, man, I don't know. I'm going to guess that we could see 6 more weeks of winter. So, and I say that because, you know, you always have that possibility of a big cold snap at the end of February, early March. That always seems to happen. That, you know, it's warm, and then all of a sudden, boom, big cold snap. Now, I'm not saying we're going to be cool that entire time, but I think we are going to have that possibility for at least one more good cold snap. Just not looking like it really too bad, though, in our 7-day forecast, which we're going to show here in a moment, by the way. Sent in video of snow flurries here in West Texas. Christian sent in some videos from way on off towards our west, kind of outside of our viewing area. They have had a little bit of snow. Thank you for sending that in, Christian. We appreciate that. Enough this bit of winter, people, while it lasts, from Jennifer. Mr. Andrew, when are we going to get better days? Don't worry, we have better days in the forecast. We're going to talk about that here in just a moment. Just trying to answer a few questions as well. Mary says she loves the cold. Mary, we are going to have a few cold days. I'm not a big fan of cold myself, but I know some people out there, they love it. So we're going to get a little bit of a mix in the 7-day forecast. So let's go ahead and check this out. 52 right now in San Antonio, 43 in Midland. You see there 43 in Lubbock. We have 41 in Amarillo. Down to the south, Brownsville is honestly not even that warm today. Only at 58 degrees at the moment. A closer look at home in our viewing area right here in South Texas. Carrizo Springs is at 52, Cotulla at 53, 46 in Rock Springs, and the cool spot, Fredericksburg at 48, a little bit cooler up there towards the hill country. And then, of course, during the cool months, we typically have a lot of issues with mountain cedar. Thankfully, today, not much of an issue. You know, something's been bothering me. I'm not sure what it is, but it's not mold and it's not mountain cedar. Both coming in light today. Great news, because I knew some people were going to be eventually asking about that. Everyone wants to know, you know, what's the mountain cedar count today? Not too bad. So, for the temperatures today, here's what we can expect. Temperatures rising to the upper 50s to lower 60s eventually. It is going to be a cooler day. We will get a little bit of sunshine here as we head into the latter part of the afternoon. That's the good news. You see the timeline here. Notice by the time we get into this afternoon around 4 p.m., there's the little bit of sunshine. We're not talking about abundant sunshine, but mostly clear to partly cloudy. Temperature at 59 degrees there in San Antonio, 60 in Pleasanton, 61 in Floresville. Not too bad. Some people asking, I hope it's cold for the Western Parade tomorrow. Anna, we're going to have that in just a moment. Some people saying they would take the 90-degree weather. Some people saying they would rather have the cold weather over the warm weather. Once again, we get a little mix of it here this week. So, today, highs in the upper 50s, lower 60s, fairly cool, not as windy as yesterday, and we see a little bit more sunshine. I'm looking out the windows here in the newsroom, and I can actually see a little bit of sunlight. Nice to see that compared to all the cloud cover we've had here these last few days. Now, by the time we head into tomorrow morning, we are going to have a clear sky overhead. Check out the temperatures. Clear skies, calming winds, typically equal cold nights. And that's what we have tonight. The winds will be calming, the skies will be clearing, and temperatures, they back off to the 30s for much of the area. Check it out, 39 in Pleasanton, 38 in Hondo, 36 in Kerrville, and 35 in Fredericksburg, 37 in Rock Springs. Meanwhile, 41, though, for the low in San Antonio tonight. Making our way into tomorrow afternoon, the clear sky will allow for plenty of sunshine, and that's going to help things warm up nicely. We're talking about highs in the upper 60s, lower 70s for tomorrow afternoon. Plenty of sunshine, beautiful weather this weekend. So if you don't have outdoor plans, you need to go ahead and make some. I think I'm going to try to get out there and do a little bit of hiking myself with how nice it's going to be. Making our way into Saturday night and into Sunday morning, we're talking about temperatures dropping off into the 40s and 30s again. Clear sky, calmer winds, just not as cool as what we have for tonight. Then by the time we head into Sunday afternoon, I think temperatures are going to be in the 70s. It's going to be a pretty nice day, again, for Sunday. So how much rain can we expect over the next 7 days? Rainfall's been a big issue for us. Over the past year, we have only had 3 months that have delivered above average rainfall. That happened in, I believe it was June of last year, and maybe April. I may have gotten those mixed up, though. It may be May and July. I think it was June and April of last year we had above average rainfall. And then this month we have had above average rainfall. Slightly. Not very much above average, but it was still above average enough. So that'll let you know. It's been dry here recently, and it looks like this next 7 days we are going to be drier. Going to have barely any rainfall, maybe just a trace in San Antonio. The entire region seeing less than half an inch, maybe even less than a quarter of an inch. Here's a look at what some of the models are calling for. Every day the meteorologists here at Ken Spy, we come in, we compare weather models. These are kind of like our guidance. They let us know, hey, I think this is going to happen, I think this is going to happen. Imagine you're in a room of people debating, trying to decide how much rainfall an area is going to get. That's what these computer models are doing. So we're thinking pretty much less than a quarter of an inch, nearly no rain at all. But you see that some of the weather models are trying to call for some rain Monday night and into Tuesday, possibly into Wednesday as well. But you see how much they're calling for. Barely any. We're talking less than a quarter of an inch mainly, except for what we see there, the GFS model, saying a little more than a quarter of an inch. So not much rainfall at all, it's looking like. That's not good for our drought. Now, our drought has improved. Our drought monitor that went out yesterday gave an update, and it showed that the severe drought across the region has shrunk. Not as much in the way of a severe drought. We've had a lot of rainfall this month again, so that's really helped things out. By the way, how far ahead are we for this month? You see there we're about more than a tenth of an inch higher than what our average is for January. So that's been needed. Again, that's our third month in a year where we've had above average rainfall. That's not a lot. Here's our 7-day forecast. I know a lot of y'all may want to see it. The temperatures are going to warm up. People who were complaining about the cold, that's the good news. But people who don't like the warmer weather, they want the cold. Check out Wednesday next week. 30% chance for rain, yes, but temperatures in the 40s for lows and for the highs. It's going to be fairly cool. So the groundhog may call for 6 more weeks of winter because we're going to have a few bursts of cooler weather. You see there at least for Wednesday. You see at least this weekend it's going to be dry. We're going to have warmer conditions, 60s for highs, 70s for highs. If you want to get outside, it's going to be great for it. Then you see breezy, and then the rain chances. We've been really lucky recently because the rain chances haven't been returning until the work week. So those who have the weekend off, at least you're not seeing any rain on the weekend. But Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays, it seems like that's when a lot of the rain has been occurring. Sierra, no problem. You are welcome. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, by the way. Looking past the 7-day forecast. You know, I always like to look past it to get an idea, what's it going to be like in the next 8 to 14 days? We can't get it down precise, but we can give you an idea of what it will be like. And it looks like we may have slightly above average rainfall for the next 8 to 14 days, which is good because remember, we need rain. So, 8 to 14 days, looks like we'll see a little bit of rainfall. That's good to help out the drought situation. And then, those who love the cooler weather, here's your good news. Looking beyond the 7-day forecast, from day 8 to day 14, it looks like we are going to have slightly below average temperatures. By the way, average for this time of year, we're talking low to mid 40s to low to mid for lows and low to mid 60s for highs. So it looks like we're going to have some slightly cooler than average temperatures. And I want to give you your Lone Star 3-day forecast. If you're traveling around the state of Texas this weekend, here's what you can expect. It's looking like it's going to be nice, not just for us this weekend, but really for everybody. Check out Saturday. All across the state, 60s and 70s for highs. Doesn't matter if you're traveling up 35, if you're headed west maybe to El Paso, 62. Headed east to Houston, 68. Just looks like great weather to be outdoors no matter where you're going to be. I think the spot where a lot of people are looking at, if you're wanting some really warmer weather, maybe a beach as well, Corpus Christi coming in at 73 with a partly cloudy sky, not too bad. Sunday looking pretty good, highs in the 60s and 70s. Wherever you're going in the Lone Star State this weekend, I can almost guarantee it's going to be beautiful weather to be outside. Monday, things start to change. Gets a little breezy in some spots, and then you see the rain move in. And remember, we have that slight chance for rain right here in San Antonio as well. So, last thing I want to go over. We've been talking about it for weeks. It's flu season. Wash those hands. Right now, widespread flu activity reported in every single state except for Oregon and still Hawaii. Hawaii is still a hot spot for people who may want to travel and get away from the flu. Go figure. Who would want to go travel to Hawaii right now? It's just one more reason to fight, one more reason to go to Hawaii. So if you wanted to tell your significant other, maybe a close friend, hey, maybe we should go to Hawaii right now because they have only local activity of flu. They have the lowest report in the country. Maybe we just need to go pack our bags and go to Hawaii. Or maybe up to Oregon and see the Oregon coast. Either of those have lower than the rest of the United States at the moment. So that's a little bit of an update on what we're seeing now. I want to go ahead and also show you visible satellite. Let's see if it'll actually load here. It looks like the graphic is having trouble. It may not be in play. There we go. It was still showing the night. Remember, visible satellite is only good if it's showing during the daytime because it's showing the sunlight down onto the cloud cover. So if you don't have sunlight, you can't see on visible satellite. So we already see a little bit of a clearing in some spots, and I'm going to go ahead and bring this up full. Here's where we're seeing the clearing just north of Hondo. Already see the cloud cover breaking up. If you're in South San Antonio, you're probably still seeing a lot of cloud cover. You see the cutoff right here. Now, we're in northwest San Antonio. We're in the medical center area, and I'm looking out the window, and I'm telling you, I see a ton of sunshine, and that's because we're in this big clearing up here, and you see off towards the hill country. Lots of sunshine already up towards Fredericksburg. If you're maybe going off for a hike today up towards Enchanted Rock State Natural Area, great day for it. Great weekend for it, by the way. Now that the winds have calmed down especially. I don't know if you've ever been on top of Enchanted Rock, but even on a day where it's not as windy, man, the wind is howling up there at the top of the rock. It's pretty amazing. Rock Springs sees a clearing already. Del Rio still socked in on cloud cover, but that's clearing out. Uvalde is the same. Hondo, Eagle Pass, Cotulla, basically anywhere south of San Antonio, seeing a lot of cloud cover still, except for maybe off towards Floresville. But it's clearing. That's going to continue today. Be ready for the sunshine. We all deserve it after all the cloud cover we've had recently. And, you know, I'm going to be here at the station all day giving you all updates, of course. We have a newscast at noon. Station Wilson will be on giving you the latest update because sometimes things change. Sometimes new information comes in from now to the noon hour, and it will be important to watch that, as well as all the most recent news here in South Texas. You'll be able to catch that on our noon newscast. We also will be on at 4, 5, 6, and 10 today. Be sure to catch those. And remember, for all of these updates that we do here at KENS 5, we don't just do them on Facebook. Be sure to download the KENS 5 app. We send out a message that lets you know, hey, we're live. That way you always know when we're live. We also are live on our website and then on YouTube. A lot of people may think, wait, we're on YouTube as well? Yeah, we are. You can subscribe to the KENS 5 YouTube channel, and whenever we're live here on Facebook, we're also live on YouTube, so be sure to subscribe to us on there as well. But for now, unless I see any new questions come in, I'll go ahead and answer a few. You're welcome, Sierra. Everybody's welcome. I see a lot of people saying thank you in there. Time to cut the grass, Sierra says. It would be a good time to cut it as long as it's still, especially this weekend when it's dry and warmer. Time for some smoked brisket. Jesse, I'm jealous. You know, we had someone on at the Great Day SA this morning smoking brisket, and I saw it on the TV, and I was like, ooh, that looks good. And some of it even got left out in the newsroom. I didn't get to it in time, though, so I just missed out. But, yeah, great weekend to smoke some brisket. Thanks for letting us know about the great weather this weekend. Vera, no problem. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. It will be great weather to be outside. Get out and enjoy it. We'll, of course, always have these updates for you right here online and on KENS 5. Remember the newscast today at noon, 4, 5, 6, and 10. You'll have a wonderful rest of your Friday and have a great weekend.